Hey there, Coach Devin here. You have to do the stuff you don't like. Unfortunately, that is a thing about life. You got to do the stuff you don't like, and you have to do it a lot. Every part of, I say all the time, 99% of my job, and that is hands-on training people, etc., is super fun. I love it. I get off on it. Being around people gives me energy. It makes me feel excited. I don't get tired of work. I'm not one of those guys that are, middle of the afternoon going, boy, I'm pretty tired right now. I could have a nap. That's not me. Now, if I'm home, yeah, I'll fall asleep 100%. But when I'm around people, I feel like $1,000,000. That's what work does for me. I get to interact with people. Most of them are good friends. They've been with me a long time. It's a lot of fun. I feed off their energy. They feed off my energy. All those things go on with it. But a big piece of my job is making people do what they don't like. Now, what's interesting about this is everybody has things they like and they don't like. Exercises you like and you don't like. There are exercises I like more than others, and there's exercises I dislike. Now, there's no exercise that I can tell you that I'm thinking, I don't like doing it. I'm not a guy that says I don't like leg day. I like doing legs. I like doing deadlifts. I like doing arm curls. I like doing bench press. I like running. I like pretty much everything to do with fitness. If it's hard, I'm all over it. I like all that stuff. A lot of people don't, though. A lot of people have things they don't like to do. And that's an interesting line for us as trainers. And this is something I talk to my staff about on a regular basis. Okay, your client wants X and likes doing X, but X is not what's going to help them. How do we make this work? How do we do this so that it works for everybody? So they get some of what they want and we give them some of what they need. And it's a very interesting balancing point as an athlete, as a trainer, because people like different things. I'm going to give you an example. Orange Theory. Now, I'm not negative on Orange Theory. I think it's a great workout. You spend time running on a treadmill or rowing, you jump off, you lift some weights, you jump back on. A lot of people love Orange Theory. I've done Orange Theory. I think it's a great workout. You will sweat your butt off. That kind of stuff I love doing. I love Orange. I love the stuff that they do at Orange Theory. HIIT training, I love it. I have done it a lot. I would do it some more. I like it. Lots of things that are good about that. Is HIIT training, though, and I'm not picking on Orange Theory because F45 does it. Hell, we do it at our gym too. HIIT training, is that the be-all and end-all, is the only thing you should do? No. It is not the only thing you should do. Because when we get into a class environment, I say to the trainers all the time, yes, we can make them do burpees and run on the spot and push sleds or whatever it happens to be, but everybody needs to do some resistance training that is in a controlled environment. It means you don't go as fast as you possibly can. It's not always the best. You might hurt yourself. How do we best do this so they get what they want, which is a hard-ass workout like Orange Theory gives them, and we give them the things they need, which is to lifting progressively heavier weight, progressive overload, either more reps, more weight, so that they progress and get stronger. Their body gets stronger, they get healthier. How do you do that? Well, it's a little bit about giving a client a little bit of what they want, a little bit of what they need. Some of my clients love to lift weights, and that's all they really want to do is lift weights. Let's lift some weights. Okay, I get that. I'm on board. I think lifting weights is great. You got to do some cardio, though. It's a fact. You have to do some cardio, period, end of discussion. You can't say, I'm just going to lift weights and be healthy, because you won't be, because your cardiovascular system will not be stressed just lifting weights in an 8 to 12 rep range and sitting around the rest of the time. It's not good for you that way. Same thing applies as someone who's a runner, and runners run into this all the time. I know lots of runners out there, and I'm not ripping runners, but what I'm saying is they love to run. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's a good thing. Heck, running is easy. I like running. I haven't been running much because I had a staph infection in my back. My back doesn't really handle it well right now, but I am hopeful, fingers crossed, I can go back to running soon. Runners love to run. Nothing wrong with running, but if all you do is run, you don't progress. There's lots of people who can run very fast for long periods of time who aren't very fit. Well, how does that make any sense, Devin? Well, it makes sense this way, because they haven't lifted weights. There's a component to fitness, which is you take, as a trainer, you take little pieces of all the disciplines out there, from flexibility to strength training to cardiovascular work, and then you meld those together into what's best for your client. Might not be what you like, might not be what they like. A lot of trainers out there, they only want to do what they like. They only want to do people who are super fit. They only want to do athletes. Or they only want to do people who are into, whatever they happen to be into. Skipping, whatever it happens to be. But that's not doing what's best for the client. You have to look at what the client's goals are. What is that client's goals? How are those clients' goals best achieved? And then work back and say, okay, these are the things I need to do to make that client get to those goals. Now, what do they like? I'm going to pepper some of those things in that they like along the way. It's kind of like making a pie. Well, maybe not a pie. It's like making, my mom used to call it Sailor stew. Had a whole bunch of stuff in it, like, chicken and, it's like a stew, right? You got a lot of stuff in it. You got to pepper the things in that they like, but the majority has to be the stuff they don't like and the stuff they're not into. If I have a client that just wants to lift weights, they got to do some cardio. Period. It's not a question. It's not they're going to say, but Dev, I don't feel like I'm not doing any cardio today. Yeah, you are. You're going to do some because it's good for you, because I want your heart to be stronger. I want your cardiovascular system to be better. That's important. If I get a runner and they're like, I just like to run. I just want to run faster. Okay, great, but you have to lift weights if you want to run faster. Period. End of discussion. There's no, in the middle, maybe if I could, but you know what? If your core is stronger, if you're overall stronger, if your glutes and your hamstrings and your quads are stronger, your calves are stronger, you'll run better. If your upper body is stronger, you'll run better. Period. Those are facts. Now, getting too big as a runner, not helpful, but you do need to get stronger overall to be better. So we have to do the things we don't like. If you're someone who hates doing legs, you got to do some legs. It's not just for the look of it. It's not just, well, I have to do some legs because everybody else does some legs. Okay, great. You could do it for that reason, but that's not the point. Is you need your legs, and you want your legs to be strong just like you want your upper body to be strong. If you're someone not to pick on anybody, but I know a lot of women out there that just want to do butt and legs. The problem with that is you do butt and legs all the time, then you get horribly out of proportion. And I understand now big butts are in. It's great. Listen, I like women. I like all women. It's okay. You got a big butt. Great. Good for you. I think that's great. I'm not ripping anybody about it. But, that was kind of a pun, but, but if your butt is overwhelmingly big and you haven't done any upper body, oops. Shitball motherfucker. The problem with that, ladies, is when you do butt and legs all the time, you get horribly out of proportion. And if you're out of proportion, what happens? Not good things. Because you need your upper body to be in proportion. You need to be stronger because you're going to need to do things with your upper body. It's a fact. It is what it is. Whether you like it or not, doesn't matter. To be healthy, to be fit, you need to be in proportion. Every muscle in the body works antagonistically. So your quad and your hamstring, bicep, tricep, right? They work antagonistically. You have to work both. If you work one, you will end up with injuries. And this is what I mean. You have to do the stuff you don't love. You just have to. Period. End of discussion. If you don't love it, that's okay. If you don't love doing cardio, that's all right. You don't have to do it all the time, but you have to do some. You don't like doing flexibility? Guess what? I am not a guy that loves stretching. I'm just not. But you know what? I've been working on it, and my body feels better. I don't love it. Every time I do it, I'm kind of annoyed. But that's okay, because you know what? It's something that I need to do so that I can get overall more fit. So do the things you don't like. If you're a trainer watching this video, don't do the things the clients love. Do the things the clients need. If you're a person out there, you just want to get more fit, do the things, look it up, talk to a trainer, talk to somebody who's a professional, watch some of my videos. Once you realize, hey, this is what I love and this is what I probably need, then you better do the things you probably need. Everybody needs to lift weights. Everybody needs to do some cardio. Everybody needs some flexibility. Period. There's no middle ground there. You got to do all of them. They're all important. So you know what? Go do them. Do those things. Commit to it. Do it. You'll be happy you did it. I promise you. Do the stuff you don't like if you want to be more fit. If you have questions, comments, and things you want me to talk about, write them up down below. I'd love to hear from you. A lot of times people will write me and say, Devin, I have a question, I have a comment, I have a concern, you're an idiot. I do get some of the idiot ones. It does happen. And you know what? That's okay. That's the joy of social media. That's the joy of people being able to do whatever the hell they want. You can tell me I'm a moron. That's okay. I'm all right with it. I may respond to you in a video. I may do that. But it doesn't mean I think you're an idiot. I think everybody needs to have a platform to talk, and I love hearing from people, mostly because if I hear from you, I can give you better information. This is the whole reason I do this. I've been a trainer for 26, almost 27 years now. I'm getting old, getting a little wrinkly, but I just want to help people out there. That's the whole point of this channel, is to help more people, let me reach more people. If I can reach more people can be healthy, and I can share my passion with you, which is health and fitness. Have yourself an amazing day, everybody. Don't fight the awesome.